Shut up and sit down.
What's up, interwebs? Hello there. Um, Not the daily stream today yet. That'll come later. I might start a little early, not, as per schedule. I will be on at the time that the schedule says, but I'm just saying I might start earlier. Just a quick announcement here. I want to cover two things. You may or may not have realized that the DDBS series, the Daily Dose of Bullshit, even on YouTube, has, let's say, ceased to exist. Several reasons. First of all, I had a real hard time being on time and researching and finding material to do the daily things about. And I didn't want to just squeeze something out because I have to, and to get something out there if it wasn't funny and if it's not, doing the job. Secondly, let's face it, there's someone out there who's doing a way better job than me. John Oliver, shout out, doing an amazing job, and I love him to death. I love to watch him, and honestly, this is basically the same idea. So unintentional, it's pretty much copying him, and I don't want to be a cheap knockoff. So, with that being said, I don't want to abolish the idea entirely. It's just I'm not going to do it on a daily basis. There will be times when something from any topic field will tick me off, and then when I feel like it, I'll just do a special, and we'll pop that out there. But for those aforementioned reasons, DDBS series as of now done. As of streaming tonight, those of you who were there last night or tried to, you may have seen that we had some difficulties there. I had some issues with Steam. Those are somewhat resolved ish. I still don't really know what's going on, but I do have access to the library, sometimes to all of it, sometimes just part of it, then it's all of a sudden it's empty, and it changes every time I restart and reboot. So, not going to waste more time on that. We will get to the bottom of it and finally figure it out. I just don't know how soon that will work. We'll see. I did get my hands on something, and I will start that tonight. A game that I have deliberately not touched until today. It being the WWE 2K15. Despite the fact that I am probably one of the biggest fanboys of the franchise, yes, I admit it there, it's out. I like wrestling, I like the shows, I like the games. I've started watching as a little kid in the mid 80s, 1984, and been a fan ever since. So I'm really an old school fan. I've seen them all grow big and have seen the development as well of the TV franchise, where that's been going, and companies coming and going, and brands separating and merging and whatnot. As also the games connected with it. And I have played and owned every wrestling game ever made, ever since back in the days, the old clunky, crumbly SmackDown, whatnot, all the way up to what is now the WWE 13, 14, 15 franchise. As some of you may or may not know, I've actually even worked in the industry for a while, and for me as a fanboy, I was lucky enough to have worked on those games, some of them. The last couple of them. The last one was actually the one before this, the 14, and I got frustrated with it. I saw where things were going. I saw where development was going, and even though I was lucky enough to be involved in the process, um, I was still somehow not able to really turn it around. And despite trying to make the product a better one than it could have been, and then what they now turn it into, we were blocked, and I really got frustrated with it because this is something that a wrestling fan would, you know, like to be good. We're that's about people that we would have spend hours and hours on creating characters. We would have the WWE roster and then make or import from the community the entire TNA Impact roster and have them interfere and feud and whatnot, all in the community. Amazing fun for that group of people. And when I worked on this, that was still pre 2K, let's put it that way, when it was still that other company, which three-letter name shall not be said. And without saying too much and really putting too much out there, the attitude was just really bad. You could the the people working on the product could say what they wanted to and suggest and warn and find and report people in different levels making decisions, not even involved or having an idea of creating and programming, let alone the pro wrestling industry, made other decisions. Um, Biggest example in one of them, while working on it, and I don't even blame the programmers if someone doesn't know what, the industry, the topic, things happen. Um, when a main character in a cutscene walks out with a championship belt that is not from his brand, let's put it that way, then that is something that fans will pick up on. And if you report that because you spotted it, oh, dude, that needs to be changed. It's not a big deal, interchange that real quick and, you know, put that the code in there. And that gets waived because a project manager from said company, which name shall not be spoken, writes, and I quote that one, "The end user's opinion is not our main priority," end of quote, then yes, you get frustrated. And it's not that certain things were not found or detected in, for instance, QA testing. It was that they were blocked and waived as not important. It was a pure money maker and no longer a product for the fans. The only and main priority was, let's meet the deadline and knock out as many units as we can and make our money. And whatever happens after that, we don't care. Which is a general trend in the gaming industry, as we know from many other things. And I don't even want to start bashing anyone. That this is just one that I'm giving my opinion on from my own experience with that process. So having said that, 14 was the last one I worked on, or was involved with, let's put it that way. And even me as a hardcore fan, it ticked me off that much when I heard that the other company was tanking and they will no longer be involved with the franchise. That was actually a good thing. You never wish anyone to lose their jobs. Let me make that perfectly clear. But I am not alone in saying that we were happy that this certain company was off the market. On the other hand, you then heard rumors that 2K taking this over, which is generally a good thing, new blood, why not, took over a bunch of people from that other company. Now, whether or not that is true or not, I don't know. Like I said, rumors doesn't matter. The point of the matter is also that it may be under new publishing, but it's still Ukes as developers. Not gonna value that, not gonna judge that, not gonna comment on it. Just saying. So, with having seen how the WWE video game franchise gradually every year declined in quality, and it was the same old pile of crap with not even new, just different skins. And the only thing that was really changing was uh, somewhat updating the rosters. It was really, really sad. Um, Picture that happening with football or baseball or hockey, the huge sports brands and games connected with it. If that were to happen, fans would not like that. So that happened here. And like I said, I've been a fan since the 80s. And for someone like me to say I'm tired of it, I don't even want to touch this anymore, that was a huge point for me. And I decided 2K15, I don't even want to see it. It's, and that's the point though. You do hear things, you hear bits and pieces. I've read reviews, I've seen snippets on YouTube and whatnot, and the main underlying opinion was that it's the worst ever. Worst roster, worst in quality, uh, main features missing as opposed to previous versions. I don't know. The career mode, which is finally there again, is supposed. I don't know. People are just complaining, bitching, all that. But like I said, I never, until today, I've never laid my hands on it and my own eyes on it. And hadn't looked for something and wanting to it's just it was one of those impromptu things. It hit me. It's like, well, you know what? Might as well. I got my hands on it. Lucky coincidence. Thank you, by the way. You know who you are. Um, I sure as hell would not have dumped $75 on it, and I stand by that regardless of how good it may be. Just from what I've read, how the content shrunk as opposed to previous versions of that franchise, it is not worth $75 on the shelves in the stores. Just saying that, putting that on right there. So, with that being said, I have it, and I'm gonna put it in tonight. I'm gonna fiddle around with it a little bit, and then go on the stream and have a look at it. It's not actually playing. I mean, I will play a lot, obviously, but it's actually more a personal test project and getting my hands on it and reviewing it. And aside from what everybody else says, making my own picture and getting my own opinion about it. I don't want to be biased because I still give everything the benefit of the doubt. Only because everybody else hates it doesn't mean that I may not like it. It wouldn't be the first time. Games, movies, TV shows, doesn't matter. Usually, I like what everybody else doesn't, and vice versa. So I don't know. I have my thing. I've overcome my hatred that I developed towards this. So I've come to the point where I'm saying I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to give it a fair chance. I want to look into it. I will look into the whole character creation process. I will go through the different options and things we can do, and then we'll see. And of course, do a lot of matches. So I'm planning to do this for, you know, more than one night. Let's put it that way. It's something that I'll pursue for now, and then we'll see where that goes. So with that being said, got some stuff to do. Should work out with the regular schedule time. Looking forward to seeing y'all. I'll put this out on YouTube too. I'll probably make like 2 hour sessions. Then, you know, have bits and pieces, because I know nobody likes watching videos of 6.5, 8 hours, you know, in one piece. We'll chomp it up and then we'll see. If you're a wrestling fan, tune in. Even if you're not a wrestling fan but you like a review of a game from someone who has a different opinion than only being a fan and an end user, tune in. I like being unbiased and getting my own thing, so maybe we can do that together. Looking forward to seeing you. Want to get that out there, update. I'll see you tonight. Tune in. Be safe.